Yeah, so I'm Dan. I'm a Dunedin boy, so I've been here all my life. Went to Otago Boys High School. It's where I sort of started my hockey career. From there, I've just been playing, training pretty hard over these past couple of years. Made some pretty big teams, which I'm pretty proud of. And yeah, now I'm here at Compound, grinding away still, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah.
What teams?
So I've been part of the New Zealand under-18s and under-21s for my age group, and I've just been selected for the New Zealand A team. So we're touring China in July. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm training for here.
Did you get into hockey?
My dad used to play it back in the day, and when I was sort of picking a sport in primary school, I did cricket, football. I also did hockey, and ended up just finding it in hockey and stuck with it and made that my main goal. And yeah, so that's sort of how I got here.
When did you start playing?
In year 7 was my first year. Sort of gave it a go, and then ended up really liking it. So year 8 came around and got into the regional team, and I think that environment really hooked me. And
So from when you're year 7, did you represent Otago throughout all age groups?
Yeah, so started in the under 13 when that was around. So went under 13s in year 8, and then from there just under 15s for the next 2 years, under 18s, under 21s, and now men's stuff. So yeah, been through the whole age range.
Yeah. What skills you have?
I don't know, I think it's honestly just it just made me happy, being, out there playing a sport I like and doing quite well in it, and, it just made me happy, and I like doing things that make me happy, so I keep doing it, so.
The first time representing New Zealand, how did it feel?
It's one of those experiences where I find it hard to express how it was. When I had my arms around my teammates, singing the national anthem, it was something that I'd obviously dreamt of doing, and it was finally a reality. So yeah, I just can't really express it. It was just one of those feelings. Yeah.
Representing New Zealand, what sort of learnings did you take out of it?
It's a whole different ball game up at that level. We get a good run round at club hockey level down here in NHC, but those international games are those other nations are unreal. So the training you do needs to be a step up, and the commitment you have to the game needs to be a step up, and yeah. So key learnings are I guess just train harder, and to be the best you got to train the best. So.
Hockey sort of helped your confidence?
Oh, massively. Just being in a team, it builds your leadership skills, it builds your communication skills, just being around all these boys that are uplifting and all that kind of stuff, it just makes you a better person yourself, and your drive for hockey correlates to life and all that kind of stuff.
You're soon going to China to represent New Zealand.
Yeah.
How did it feel to get selected for that?
It was pretty unreal. Obviously I had some good hopes of making the team. It's what I sort of trained for. But when I got that email, it was real, I was taken back. I was like, wow, this is a pretty intense thing to be selected for. But, I realised that the work I've put in, got me here. So I'm pretty confident in my abilities when I go over there. So.
Is that age as well?
So it's sort of it's called the NZA team, so it's basically the development black six, so not quite the senior team, but it's the stepping stone in between the under 21s and the men's. Making this is a huge achievement for me in terms of my progression into the black six, which is obviously the ultimate goal of why I play hockey. So yeah.
Did a lot of people from Otago make it?
A couple older boys that are no longer in Otago did make the team, so they're overseas now. but out of people that are still in Otago, I was the only one in the team. So yeah.
When do you go for that?
Mid-July, so got a 5-week block now just to try and maintain my strength and my endurance and my fitness, and sort of just go from there.
What are some challenges you're looking at facing when you go over there?
Coming from New Zealand, heat's always a big one going over to these overseas places. I mean, we went over to Malaysia last year, and that was like pushing 40 degrees, big humidity. It's like it's a completely different environment, and China's going to be the same, mid-20s to 30s, and so heat training is going to be a massive one going over there.
Do you get time to acclimatise?
So we'll chuck on an extra couple clothings at training, jump in the sauna here will be quite good. But yeah, I think a couple of the boys last year put trash bags on underneath their clothes just to try and, get a bit more heat on their body. But yeah, I mean, it's not a lot you can do in Dunedin, but...
What kind of teams do you play? Who are you playing?
So there's 2 Australia teams heading over. There's a home China team. There's also a Japanese team going over as well, and then us. So a 6-team tournament. So yeah.
What's your personal goals? Have you got any?
I think this is a real big opportunity for me to just go out there and just give it my all and show what I have to offer towards making my Black Six goal. So I think I just want to go there and play the best hockey I can. Over these next 5 weeks, I'll do all the prep I need to and be in a good mindset to head over there with everything I need to and have no regrets over there. So yeah.
What are you looking forward to when you get to China?
There's a lot of boys in this squad that I haven't actually seen in about a year now from previous teams, so it'll be good to catch up with them. And all these other trips I've been on, the environment with these guys is just something else. Everyone gets along with everyone, but when it matters, everyone switches on and uplifts everyone. So I think being in one of those environments is going to be unreal. And then obviously just being in a new place I haven't been to, so it's always cool to travel.
Have you travelled with hockey before?
Yeah, so I've been to Malaysia twice, over to Kuala Lumpur, and I think it was just Kuala Lumpur actually, yeah. And then I've been to Aussie as well, so yeah, China is a new one, so that should be pretty cool.
Do you have any advice for any younger athletes wanting to put on the black jersey?
I think, there's always going to be a couple ups and downs in a big journey like this. And I think, don't get stuck in those downs, treat those downs as a way to build up and become better than you were before. So I think just keep pushing through, I've sort of just taken exercises that I've done over these past couple of years and sort of blend them together, and I know sort of like the core movements and muscles I need to be working, so I sort of do the same sort of movements twice a week and just try and maintain the strength and power that I've got, and yeah.
What's your sort of way to unwind hobbies outside of hockey?
I do enjoy a good walk, my parents' house is out by the ocean, so I got quite a wee bond with the beach or a nice farm landscape, quite like getting on a wee hiking trail or out in the Wops out in Central or something like that. But yeah, so when I have the time to do it, I try to get out and do as much of that as I can. Yeah, house out in St Clair. So yeah, got my family's over there, but yeah, I choose to live in a flat in North Dunedin, so that's pretty good. But